million in this transfer window, and we've actually done a bit of a Chelsea. We've got a bit of a bloated squad, but we'll see how we go in the first couple of games, and I guess some players can just sort of get changed in the corridors or something. Isn't that what's happening at Chelsea at the moment? Or something like that? I don't know. Hey guys, what are you? Welcome back. Episode 71 of 71? No, it's 71. Edit that bit out. Of Oldham to Ohm. And yes, it is the start of a new season, a 5th season in the Premier League for us, and we have spent an absolute buttload of money, £106 million so far this transfer window. And I mean, if that doesn't get you going, then you should probably just get you going. That sounds like a weird thing, but just subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 400. I'm like 20 away. And I mean, 20 people watching this, you're not subscribed, that can be you. Smash that like button as well. Push the video out to more people. And let's go and run through those off-season shenanigans. We'll start with the finances. We only have 1.9 million in the bank, which is a very small amount for a Premier League team. We had a lot of money, but we have put a lot into transfers and other expenditures to improve the club. We've still got 1.4 million and we are under the wage budget, which is good. But I think I'm done for spending, although I always say that and we always squeeze a couple more players in. The club vision for this season, they want me to work within the wage budget. Oh yeah. We're building a new stadium, obviously. Oh no, we built a new stadium. We have a new stadium. We'll see in a minute. They want us to reach the Champions League proper, which I think we do because we automatically just get in. Premier League top half finished and latter stages of the FA Cup. Be competitive, be competitive. Get an A-, and the supporters are an A- as well. Be competitive against Manchester United and get a bit of Rochelle. Well, I think that's probably going to happen. Club info. We are still at Boundary Park, yes, so we haven't moved into that new stadium. It is happening though. It is happening. That's right. It is happening. I'm not having the stadium named after me. It's going to be the John Sheridan Stadium. Yeah. I'm not sure if I can see that anywhere. We'll go and build a new stadium. Is it? Can I click on that? I'll find it in a minute. But we have 20 training, 20 youth coaching, 20 youth recruitment, 18 youth facilities. I want to get that to 20. And those youth intakes then should just be all 5-star and we just have awesome players. Maybe. I don't know. This is what you've all come for. It is the transfers. Let's go and have a look at them. There's no real point blurring them out anymore because, I mean, we don't really know who many of these players are at the moment. It says 88 million. We did get someone in the end of last season, so we'll go and click on him first. It is Elliot Ricoud. He is a French defender from Sassuolo. And yes, we needed to beef up that defense. Pull the trigger, brought this guy in. He looks fairly good at the moment. It's good physicals. That determination of 20 is excellent. He came from Marseille before moving to Sassuolo for 11 million. And then we paid 18 million for him, which I think is a really good buy. And he can play midfield and right back if need be. But Elliot Richaud, something like that. It looks pretty good. I like him. Very impressed. I just love the high determination on someone that's good positioning. He is just going to boost those central defensive ranks. Did we get rid of anyone here towards the end of the season? Yes, there was one big person, Christos Georgiou. He has moved to Aston Villa. Yeah, they came in for a bid of 27 million, and I was like, you know what? For a guy who we spent less than $500,000 on, and who's probably, I mean, he's a good player, but he's probably not going to get in our team that much, and he didn't last season. So I thought, let's just cash in on the guy, give him some game time. We will add him to the shortlist just to see, because he is still a very good player. So that obviously gave us a little bit of money there. Now, moving into the start of the season, as you can see, we've brought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. we'll have a look at the players out for the moment. 90 million out. The big ones here are Robson Brown has gone to Bournemouth for 29 million. Yes, that English centre half that I paid 14 million for. I mean, 16 games for us. Went on loan to Bordeaux. Didn't impress. I was like, I mean, yes, he's a good player, but it just wasn't getting the game time. And I thought, let's cash in on him. He's gone to Bournemouth, and we'll just leave it. We'll add him back to the shortlist just in case, eh? So Robson Brown, thank you very much. Ramon Arce has gone to Shakhtar for 20 million. His potential ability is there, but his current ability isn't. He's just fast, I think, is his main sort of attributes. He's a decent all-round player. Once again, we'll add him back to that shortlist. But obviously, limited opportunities for us in the Premier League and going out on loan to Ligue 1 in France last year. And not impressing, and that's what I look for, not impressing. Jose Bellman, the Real Madrid central defender, came in on a free, and he's gone after one season. Not a great season, 20 starts and 6.68. Not great from him. His mentals are good, yes, and his physicals, that jumping reach is awesome, but when Leipzig came in, I thought, you know what, yeah, we've got Ricard, and we're getting in another central defender who we'll get to in a minute, and he is quite good as well. Lucas Bergstrom, yes, he's gone. He kicked up a stink. I had a couple of players kick up a stink about not playing youth, which I thought was weird because I did. So I was like, okay, fine. We can actually get rid of Bergstrom, I think. Ajax came in for 10 million, which is a steal considering what we paid for him. And at the moment, signing is a last resort. So, Lucas Bergstrom, thank you for your service. You won a Premier League. But it's time to move on. Vladimir Vasquez has gone to Galatasaray. He was failing a work permit constantly. 22, not capped by Colombia yet. Probably should have been. So, cash in on the guy who we got for free. This is what you do. You snaffle up all these guys and you sell them. Magnus Norman has actually left the building as well. He's gone to Brentford to be a backup, considering he didn't want to sit on our bench and be a backup. It's a bit frustrating. I would have preferred him to go to a championship club and maybe play, but it's disappointing. He's gone. Well, also he's still on our shortlist, obviously. And Aksoy has gone. Another one there. He came in with our goalkeeper Kunis at the moment. A little bit of a loss on him, but it's one of those players to just get settled. A couple of players going out. A couple of the old guard. Ian Paveda there as well. A few others were released as well. We'll have a look at those released players. Callum Jones has gone. He is now at Shrewsbury, by the looks of it. Ted Kurd at Bournemouth, weird, another Premier League club. Felipe Augusto, I really wanted this guy to work, but he's at Ipswich. And other than that, no one really of huge note. Right, the players in, the exciting part. We have got in some good players. You can see we've spent a bit of money as well. We've got a loan, a free transfer, so we've dipped in all around the place. First one is Jose Carlos. He has come from Brazil. He's 24 years old. He has a Brazilian cap. We needed someone else up front. This guy fits the bill. Can play on the left and behind the striker as well, and weirdly in midfield. But up front as a defence forward, he is rapid. I think he can really, really make a difference. We're paying him a lot of money, and he was relatively cheap at 14 million. Been playing for Brazilian Leipzig. I don't know their name. The Brazilian Leipzig. Brazilian Red Bull. That was terrible. That was awful. Decent record over there. Hopefully he can make the move to the Premier League. Une Bilbao. Just a young kid, just hanging around on a free. Athletic club released him, and I was like, okay. So he's played some games. He played for Bilbao in La Liga and scored 10 goals. So that was 2 years ago. So snapped him up at 20. He's got good dribbling and finishing, obviously, good determination, decent here. And I don't know, I just thought I'd see what could happen. If not, we'll just sell him for about 10 million. So great stuff. Omari Mufumi He's a 20-year-old Slovakia, Tanzania striker. Now, this guy's a bit interesting because he also played centre-back weirdly at some points, but physically, he is awesome. He's gone out on loan to Hull just to get work on a bit of gameplay. Doesn't have the finishing, but his passing and technique is quite good. And also, I think out on the wing is potentially a good move. He came in for 1.5 million, just another sort of young kid there. Unfortunately, he's not going to get any sort of trained at club because he's a bit too old. But this next guy is Boubacar Cissé. He's come in from Heerenveen in Holland. He's 18 years old, midfielder. Definitely one for the future here, although I had to give him an important player, which was ridiculous. He's being paid a lot of money, but I don't see how he gets in the team, and I don't see how I keep him happy. We'll see. And he's fickle as well, which is good. I try to avoid signing some players like that. There was a central defender who we were in for, but he was fickle, and he was going to be quite cheap, but in the end I said no. The good thing about Cissé is he will become homegrown at club if he doesn't get upset. Marc-Olivier Chejo is a Cameroon international. He's 19 years old, midfielder as well. Good, yep. Really like this guy. The good physicals here, the passing, the technique, the teamwork, the work rate, the determination. Oh, really, really good. 5 stars, squad player at the moment. Coming in from Ascoli, where he's played 2 years in Serie A, so he's got a bit of game time under his belt there. Now, with Bergstrom going, we needed a goalkeeper. Man City had James Trafford here. He's 28. He's a domestic cup goalkeeper. That's all he's going to play in, probably the Carabao Cup. He's okay. We're paying a fair bit of money for him, 65k. Has not played a lot of football, but the main thing is that he is homegrown in nation, which as Bergstrom was as well. So we need just to keep that quota up for the league and the Champions League, which is going to be very, very stressful. We will pay Man City 8 million if we win the Premier League for him, which I can't see us winning it 2 years in a row. Very weird one there. And the last signing, this one took the longest to complete. It is the one I'm most excited about, which is why I had to move some of those players on there, like those central defenders like Bellman and Robson Brown. David Guerrero is a Spanish wonder kid, 20-year-old central defender who has bags of potential, is physically amazing, mentally looks pretty good as well, and this guy could be something special. He's come in from Sociedad. 58 million was his release clause, played 2 seasons of the Liga, and has looked pretty good. So we're going to have a new look, a centre-back pairing for the moment, which should be interesting. They were the transfers. These are the competitions we're in. Obviously, the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Community Shield. Can we do it's like a quintuplet, a quinsetlet, something like that. Schedule-wise, we played a whole bunch of friendlies here, and we won them all very convincingly, going to China. And I always like to finish off the in-season friendlies against a smallish club, just to boost up that morale. We should have played Stockport. We beat them 21-0. Other than that, staff still looks good. I still can't get enough sports scientists to get that up. The club just say no, so it's frustratingly annoying. Tactics-wise, we're going to stay the same with this one here. This is probably going to be the team for this Charity Shield match against Arsenal. So that is pretty much it at the moment. The players who are unhappy at the moment is Bruchball about the youth players, Adam Ida and Kani Chukwuemeka, which I find weird because I played a lot of youth players, but anyway, bizarre, just strange. Anyway, the team we have got today against Arsenal is Eunice in goal. We've got Jimenez at right back because we've got a few injuries to Musa, and I probably prefer him to Ortega. Ricard and Fenland are going to make that partner in that central defence. Lands at left back, Lafiti, Signori, Albert, Hasek, Sorensen, Grushbo up front. And we've got Juan Carlos, Adamida, Adrian Debbie Jady, nailed it. Chukwuemeka, Sensoy, Guerrero, Ortega, and Benny Kuda on the bench. So a lot of players missing out here. Like I said, it is a very sort of bloated squad. A couple of injuries there of guys not quite making it. But we might look, I think we're going to look to move Hosea out on loan, I think, at the moment, because we've got a lot of central midfielders, which means I probably should play a lot more narrow, but is what it is. Like I said, these guys get changed in the corridor, so good stuff. Right, let's get into this game against Arsenal in the Community Shield. I call it the Charity Shield. It's what it used to be called. We lost it the year that we played the FA Cup. It would be nice to win it, I think. Guerrero, yeah, those numbers look good. Those numbers look excellent. Backup goalkeeper 13 and a central defender 5. I like it a lot. Double thumbs up for those ones. Arsenal have Nico Williams, still have Saliba. Koopmans is the captain. Hudson-Odoi, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Martinelli, Emil Smith-Rowe, Tammy Abraham. Oh, they've got a good team. They do have a good team. We're going to point the finger. Fans have been fantastic for us. 2 aggressive players, and Bruce Ball is unsure, which is good. There's the team. Looking at this, there is 1 new gen in there, and that is their goalkeeper. When you look at us, we have whole team of new gens. I wonder if that means anything or not. We are going to encourage those boys right now. Come on. We've got our first highlight. It is a corner. It is Albert, and it is headed away by Koopmans. Signori now. A lot of interest from Signori, from Chelsea, Juventus, Lance Sorensen, and he had a contract 2035, and I wanted him to sign a new one, which he's in the process of doing, and we're going to pay him $200,000 a week, which makes him our highest paid player by, a long way. But I think he's definitely worth it. He is an outstanding player. He's young, bags of potential, and I mean, 2035 is still a few years away, as Martinelli here. But I didn't want to lose him. I just thought we need to keep this guy. That's still 4 years, because I thought it was 2032. But anyway, whatever. He's locked in now. We've got rid of a bunch of other stuff, and he's happy to stay at the club, which is all I want. And this is quite a boring game. Fenlon now. Lafiti going back to Fenlon. Find Signori. Hasek. Fenlon. Finding Lands out on this left. That's a good ball to Albert. Bruce Ball. There it is. First goal of the season. And that is why Albert is starting on that left ahead of Adamida, because he is, he's better, and Adamida is 30. And Adamida is obviously unhappy. So there's that. So, there could be that Adamida moves, but the problem is he's homegrown in nation and he's a winger, which is 2 things that we really, really need at this point in time. I did consider possibly moving Bruce Ball along. He's not trained in nation or at club. He is unhappy, and we do have this Brazilian striker in, but I guess we'll just see what happens there. I don't really want to move him on, proven today by him scoring the only goal in the game as our Turkish goalkeeper. And Albert's next to the ball. Oh, this guy Albert's, I rate him highly. I think he is going to be an absolutely fantastic prospect when he grows up. And that's why we're not selling Alexander Bruce Ball. He's offside, but you understand, he looks good. All right, we'll make a couple of changes. Signori is tired, which will be good for Sensoy to come on. Sensoy in Seconda Volante? Is that? I guess so. We don't have anyone else. That was well planned. Fenlon's not playing great, so we're going to bring on Guerrero there. We'll bring on Ortega for Jimenez. See, he's not playing great. And David Hasek is going to be a Kani Chukwuemeka sub. That's 4. And Stefan Sorensen on the right. We'll bring on Adrian. That's 5. Can we make any more subs? Juan Carlos? 6. All right, cool. We'll just leave that one there. So a couple of subs there. We'll probably bring on probably Juan Carlos and Benicuto would be my options here. And Eunice now coming out the back to Ricard. I won't say Ricard, but it's more like Richard, Chukwuemeka, Alberts, Lands, linking up nicely on this left-hand side. The Mexican down the left. Lafiti, though, and Odegaard is about to get sent off here. And we might be able to snaffle our first trophy of the season with Alberts whipping in that corner. Oh, very close to getting another goal there. About to make those last couple of changes, but we'll see what happens at the highlight. And he's headed away, though, by Arsenal. And Gokken gets the ball there. Lands. Gokken finds Ortega in this right back spot. Bruce Ball, oh, he needed to bury that. He should have buried that. And that will probably be his last play of the game as we bring on Juan Carlos and Benicuto. Oh, we can only do one more substitution. That's a shame. That is a shame. Jose Carlos coming out. I've called him Juan Carlos and Jose Carlos. I'm pretty sure it's Jose. Alberts with a free kick over the top. And Arsenal regather here. Abraham going along. Martinelli, does he have the pace? He's got nobody with him. And Lafiti and Guerrero just break that play down. But Arsenal getting the ball again. It is Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and the Frenchman Ricard. Richard. I've got to get that name right, so I'm just going to call him Richard in the end, which is not right. And it is Arsenal on the attack here again. Martinelli is going to bury that in the back of the net. And Arsenal have managed to peg this one back to 1-1. It's not really what I wanted. I would have liked to win 1-0. That would have been nice. But is it straight to penalties? It could be straight to penalties, which would have been nice to get Adam either on. Straight to penalties. There it is. We'll get Jose Carlos. Shocking at penalties at the moment. Alberts, Adrian, Carney, Chukwuemeka. He's not good at penalties, but his composure is good. And I guess, Jesus Christ. Going to do the 4. Just going to do the 4. We're going to point the finger. We're going to relax, pick our spot. Don't change your mind because I always think that one's quite good. He's going to be telling Abraham first for Arsenal and Eunice now. Ooh, Eunice, what a save. What a save from the Turkishman. Turkishman? Jose Carlos now. Out. Off to a great start. It's so frustrating that the goalkeeper makes a top save and then the first guy to take the penalty of your team absolutely just thunders it against the post. Alberts now. Back of the net for the young Dutchman? I think he's Dutch. Right, come on, Eunice. We need another spectacular save. Oh, he's done it. Get in, Eunice. Adrian, we're just going to call this guy Adrian because Debbie Jadi. Oh. What the hell is that? Like, this is how you lose a penalty shootout. Come on, Chukwuemeka. Thank you. Right, Eunice, make the save. Make the save. Which means whoever's 5th on this list, because I didn't pick the 5th one, it's going to be Lands. I'm not confident at all. Not at all. Okay, good. But all we needed was one of our guys to make that penalty. It's the lever now. Come on, Eunice. Oh, that's a soft penalty. Get in, Eunice. Right. Whoever number 6 is, do not stuff this up, Gokken. Do not stuff this up. Come on, mate. Get in. There it is. The Community Shield is ours. Thank you. Everyone loves winning the Community Shield. What I'm talking about. First trophy ticked off. Let's win all 5. Or maybe not, but, it's a good start. There it is. The boys. I'm still wearing a polo. I still just wear a polo shirt, even from the days in the National League. It's just my outfit. It never changes. I don't wear a suit. It's very cash. There it is. I think the real man of the match there is Eunice, really. He was amazing in that penalty shootout. I mean, we did everything we could to lose it, but he managed to win it for us. So looking good. We get a cartwheel from number 15, which I never know who that is, ever. And there's all that confirmation. Winning the Community Shield. Benny Couto got a medal. Thank God for that. Yep. Confident penalty is good. We've got some teams coming in here for Pasea. Ajax. Yeah, I mean, most of these are going to play him. So I'm happy to accept all of them. Cool. Right. We're going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to play a whole bunch of those sort of Premier League type games, and we're going to come back and see if we're killing it again or if it's gone horrendously wrong. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.